Orlando basketball. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Reality Radio. Um, Hi, we're back with the challenge. I think we missed, I feel like we missed all of last season, all of last challenge episode.
I did a preview show with Ace, and I might have done like a couple random ones, but I didn't cover the challenge as much last time.
Yeah, Real Roll has always been like my go-to show. I love Real Roll. So
Bloodline was a good challenge. Don't get me wrong, but it just was so late in the year that it was like I had more things to do than just focus on covering the challenge.
Yeah. So we're talking about Rivals 3. I just want to know, what's your take on Rivals now? This is the third one, and it's co-ed, but it's still like a Rivals theme. Like
I like it. I mean, Rivals 1 was probably my favorite. Is my favorite season. They had all the heavy hitters back on the season. They had CT coming back for the first time.
That's like your favorite season, or just your favorite Rivals season?
Favorite season of all time, yeah.
Really?
No doubt. Yeah. Had CT coming back, CT and Adam coming back. That was last season that the Johnny and JEK was together, and it was Leroy's rookie season, so.
Mm-hmm. That was a really fun season to watch. It was definitely my favorite one, my favorite of the Rivals. But I do love Rivals 2 though. Rivals 2 is really, really good too.
Rivals 2.
And I love the winners on Rivals 2 as opposed to Rivals 1. So.
You didn't like Tyler?
No, not really.
No?
No, I was rooting for Wes. I'm a Wes fan, so anytime Wes wins,
Wes and Kenny.
I'm Team Wes. Yeah. So I was rooting for Wes and Kenny, and I was rooting for Wes and CT and Emily and Paul.
I was definitely rooting for Wes and CT and Rivals too, because CT needed a win. I mean, he was on a challenge. He was on the challenge for like throughout middle school and then throughout my high school and college days. So I was like, I needed him to win one.
How did he not win a challenge? It's crazy. But hey, so this season though, Rivals 3. This season, I'm okay with this one. I've been waiting for them to do like a co-ed Rivals theme.
They should have done that for Rivals 2.
However, Rivals 2 is really good. They had some really good same sets Rivals though. They really did on Rivals 2. I just think that this theme, they really should have either waited for the co-ed Rivals thing, or just really have you should have did this last instead of what was last season? Bloodlines.
I liked Bloodlines. I mean, it wasn't my favorite season, but it was definitely a good concept. I mean, they try to take so much from the Survivor archives. I mean, last Battle Nexus 2, they did the whole re-entry thing, and then last season they did Bloodlines. They're not really doing much with this season, I don't think, but I'm not mad about Rivals 3.
Well, I am, just for the simple fact that there's a lot of pairs that just don't make sense. Have you looked at the cast videos that they do every season?
Yeah, I did like a week ago. There's some that really make sense, like some of the ones that happened last season are the two real world rivalries, like Johnny and Jessica and Corey and Ashley. But like you said, there's ones that don't make sense that we'll definitely get into.
Well, Corey and Ashley, I think I love Ashley. I like that she's on a challenge finally. However, her little thing with Corey was like, if you watch their interview, it's almost like they barely knew each other. They really didn't have anything to say. It was so long ago and so irrelevant. So I'm like, I guess, I feel like they just really wanted Corey on the show. So they called Ashley. That's probably what happened. Johnny and Jess, however, let's just go through all the teams real quick. Well, not real quick. But let's go through all the teams.
You have the list now?
I don't have the list. I'm going by memory. But that you brought up Johnny and Jessica. they're actually the one rivalry that I really think is legit. Like that they really hate each other. They're
Most
the only ones
legit.
that I feel like they really hate each other.
Yeah. It's good to see Portland back on. We didn't see Portland on last season, which was kind of unfortunate. We didn't see Johnny, Jessica, or Avery, or Jordan for that matter. I don't think Jordan's ever coming back. But it's good to see Jessica back. Do you like Jessica?
Yeah.
I know a lot of podcast people that I know of don't really like Jessica for some reason.
I don't know why people don't like her.
I can see why people don't like her because her voice can probably wear on people.
I guess, but I've always liked her. I like that she stands up to. She stood up to Jordan. You know, she stood up to Johnny and Avery. Like she stood up to what's her name? Tall girl. It was her rival.
Anastasia.
What was it?
Anastasia Bird.
Anastasia. She stood up to Anastasia. So I mean, I like her. She stands up for herself, and she's a decent competitor. I was definitely rooting for her on Nexus 2 with Dustin, but yeah, I don't see why people don't like her. I just feel like maybe because she's kind of that girl who just kind of, she's not just there, but she's there, but she's not extra. Like she doesn't really get people excited, you know, like a Naya or something like that. But like, she's nice. She seems like a sweetheart. She really does. So I don't know why people don't like her.
I've talked to her a bunch of times, and I've loved interviewing her. I love it. I love talking to Johnny too. I hope we can talk to him this season.
Johnny was our first person to talk to from that season, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as this team, I love the rival teams that they actually hate each other because those ones are the ones that are fun to watch. Like Rivals 2, you had a team like Zach and Trey, who going into the season they hated each other. Neither of them wanted to work together, and based on this format, you have to work together.
Right. Yeah, I'm really excited for this team to see them.
What they're gonna do, I think I don't know. It's kind of tough because Jessica, on her 3 seasons, she goes home second in Rivals 2. She made a deep run, call it seal, call it whatever on free agents. And then she goes home first on X's 2. So I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be tough to say. I mean, there's so many. We'll definitely get into the Are You the One teams later. There's so many Are You the One teams that I feel like Are You the One team / teams with bloodlines on them that I feel like might keep them around a while. But do I see them going to the end? I'm gonna say no.
I feel like it's weird. Like I feel like Jessica's not a bad competitor. So like you said, like she went home second and first in 2 of her challenges. I feel like that's not something that's we can say, oh, she sucks. Like she's like a Siobhan or something like that.
No, she's definitely not one of those.
Yeah. So it's weird. It is weird. Like I wouldn't mind working with her, having her on my team. I think she's a decent athlete. I can't really pinpoint like her puzzle skills. I don't remember if she did any puzzles or anything. But she seems, I mean, like, I wouldn't be mad at her being on my team or anything. So it is weird how we don't really know how well she actually is as a competitor. Because, like you said, free agents, so there's a lot of luck based into that and to how far you went. So it's tough to tell.
Johnny made a good point when it comes to this rivalry, though. Jessica on Real World Portland. Basically, and you might disagree with me on this, but I agree with what Johnny says. Jessica basically did everything Naya said because Naya didn't like Johnny and Avery. Jessica didn't like Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jessica didn't like them prior
to
Naya being there. Remember, she never liked them because her and Avery got into it. I think it was about like Jessica seemed like to be like this little saint who, you know, a little prissy little brat who got everything she wanted, and Avery came from like a more struggling, like independent, you know, lifestyle, and they really clashed with that thing. So they never really liked each other though. I think Nia, for my take on that season, I think Nia kind of gave Jessica the confidence to step up to them. I don't think that she hated or she didn't like them because Nia didn't like them. I feel like she never liked them and they never liked her. However, Nia being there gave her the confidence and, saying, okay, yeah, no, this is how I feel and whatever. So that's my take on it.
And Johnny, man, did he call Jessica all the names that you should not call a girl.
Yeah.
Called her fat, called her the C word. So, I mean, they got a lot of bad blood.
A lot of bad blood. And it doesn't seem like it cleared any, it's gotten any better or anything. So.
And
it's been years.
I feel like they're going to be around a while based on Johnny's relationships with people. I mean, Johnny Riley has a good relationship with Bananas. I don't think who else on the cast. He has a good relationship. I think him and Leroy are cool, but Leroy's partnered with Johnny Avery's ex-girlfriend. So Johnny Riley's ex-girlfriend. So I don't know. I feel like he has a lot of good relationships in the house that will make this team last a long time, at least past the halfway point. We'll have to wait and see on that though.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. So all right, let's move on to let's go and talk about Leroy and Avery since we're on Portland.
I don't get this rivalry.
This is not a rivalry. It's so weird.
And I know you're a big fan of Ty from Real DC. Leroy and Ty were rivals on Rivals 2, and that didn't even make sense.
That didn't make sense. And Leroy and Mike were rivals on Rivals 1. That didn't make sense.
I got the Wikipedia page pulled up, and according to Wikipedia, Leroy and Nia eliminated Avery and Johnny in Battle Exes 2. On an episode of the After Show, Leroy stated that he believed Johnny's side of the story regarding Johnny and Avery's breakup, mouthing on stage that she was a liar. Anything?
There were several other cast members who agreed or disagreed.
Anything to get Roy Lee on the challenge, huh?
Yeah. And it's weird because it's like, I mean, I know you're a fan of them, but I feel like for the length that they go to get him on the show, I feel like his contribution is very little. Like he's not like a star on these seasons.
He could be one.
On Exes 2 was his best showing. And I feel like that helped. Like his game got better when Bananas and Nany left, and he actually had to play his own game. But like on Rivals, on Exes, on Free Agents, even when he made it all the way to the end, sort of, he was one of the last few eliminated. Like, he just kind of there for the jokes. He doesn't really have like a big storyline. As far as gameplay,
I agree with you on that.
Wes and Bananas and Jordan and Frank, Zach was even in on some gameplay. Like he's never really been a power player. So it's interesting that they go through so many lengths to get him back on the show.
Yeah, but like he could become one. It's just that he doesn't want to be like one of the top. I mean, he wants to be a top dog, but he doesn't want to be like a storyline hog. He just wants to be there to compete, which is something I like about him.
But he throws challenges.
Yeah,
you just like him. Whatever, Andrew.
Yeah. Hey, Real World Vegas 2 was my favorite season. My favorite Real World season.
Sure, but bring on people who are like Dustin and Cook, people who will actually make a big splash on the show.
Yeah.
Or bring on Adam Roy. I would love to see him back.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. No.
How this team is gonna do though? These two, I don't know. Do I see them winning any challenges, individual challenges?
Yeah.
By luck, maybe.
You don't think they can win?
They might win one or two. I feel like this season's going to be we'll definitely talk about them later. I think it's going to be a 2-horse race between two teams.
I think it's a 1-horse race.
No.
It's a one horse race.
I really don't have much to say about this team, unfortunately.
There's
I
nothing.
love me some Avery.
I like
She's
Avery.
great.
I like Avery a
She's
lot.
gorgeous. But honestly, do I see him going far? I don't know.
Based on alliances, the social gameplay, I see them going very far.
Mm-hmm. All right, ready to move on?
Yeah, let's just go to another team.
Let me pick it. I'll pick a team. Let's go with the team that was just rivalry that was formed last season. Cousin Jamie and Kellyanne. These two are my dark horse. This is my dark horse team to win the whole thing. They're very, very underrated, I feel like. Jamie, you can say that Cara carried that team in Bloodlines, which she did, but Jamie is no slouch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was excited when Kellyanne started coming back to the show. Because she's just always fun to watch.
Yeah, very.
But man, I just feel like it's a different Kellyanne. I feel like we're getting.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
Kellyanne
back on the Ruins, she was like what 23, 24, maybe.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
she was batshit crazy. She was dating Wes.
It was great.
Remember her on the Island Reunion show? How wasted she was?
She like went like straight up gangster on people. It was hilarious.
So drunk at the Island Reunion.
It was great. So I like that she's back. I like that she's not forgotten. I could not care any less about Jamie. Unfortunately,
I'm okay with that, with him coming back. It'll be interesting to see how he does without a cousin.
Who would have been a great partner for Kellyanne? Dunbar.
Oh God!
I would have been excited for that team, Kellyanne.
No, I would have hated that team.
I would have been really.
I hate Dummy Bear.
I just Dummy Bear. That whole little thing.
Do you follow him on Twitter? Dunbar.
He doesn't really tweet anything. His tweets always look so automatic. Like he has something tweeting for him. That's weird.
Yeah, but as far as the team goes, how do you think they're gonna do?
I think they have a chance to do far. I know Jamie won last season. He went into, didn't he go into like elimination?
Yeah, he did a thing at CT, I think it was.
Oh,
when they brought CT back, he beat Mike Abrams' brother, which is kind of a rigged elimination round in my opinion. But he and Cara beat Vince and Bananas, so
why was it rigged?
I don't know. Like they were both.
Is it like the Tori versus Teresa Cutthroat thing?
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much because
that one was rigged.
Both Zach and CT beat Mike and Jamie in both rounds, so they went by time, and Jamie probably just beat Mike by like 5-10 seconds. I'm guessing.
Yep. Same thing for like I said, I didn't watch that season last season. Except one episode. But that sounded like the same thing that happened in Cutthroat, which really, like, now that I think about it, because I'm a big Teresa fan. So I was like, man, she could have been in the final. Had they just gone with like Teresa versus Tori. Because remember they had them going with Tina and CT. I mean Tina, yeah, just Tina.
Yeah.
And we had Tina on our show. And she admitted that Teresa said something to her before like the elimination even started. So she wanted Tori to win. So she didn't even try that hard for Tori. And I was like, oh my gosh. I like you, Tina, but dang, girl.
But
That sounds like something like that.
Who do you see Jamie more likely working with, Bananas or Wes?
Probably Wes.
Kellyanne is Wes's ex-girlfriend, so that'll be interesting.
I feel like they don't even acknowledge that, though.
Yeah, just like Kellyanne and Kahana.
Yeah, it's weird. Those are bigger relationship storylines than I feel like any other relationships that's going on now. So it's really interesting.
I wonder what's going on between her and Daria. Are You the One kid?
They'll probably focus more on that. They'll probably give a lot of attention to that. And nothing. I will tell you right now, nothing's going on with those two.
You don't think so?
No.
Yeah. I don't see Jamie and Kellyanne winning, but there are a couple teams other than the two that I think are going to be in the finals for sure. There are a couple teams that I feel like can get that third spot, and this team is one of them. I could see them making the final, but I can't see them winning.
I can't see them winning. But Kellyanne is really she's ripped. So I'm never counting her out. Even prior to this, to when she got really ripped, she's always been a decent competitor and she's always been a fighter. So I'm never counting her out at all. I know nothing about Jamie other than that he won and he was Cara Maria's cousin.
Cousin, yeah.
So I guess I have to give him credit in that sense because he did win his first challenge. So I can see him going really far.
I'm glad you know that Jamie's Cara Maria's cousin because Cara Maria mentioned that like 100 times.
She did?
Come on, cousin. It annoyed the hell out of Anissa.
Oh, man. I wish Anissa was on this season. Okay, let's move on to who else? Corey and Ashley?
Let's do it. I'm glad to see Corey. Corey was so good on Bloodlines. I'm so glad he made the final. I was hoping. I mean, I wanted Cara to win because Cara was winless before the challenge, but I was so glad he did as well as he did on Bloodlines.
Yeah.
He's such a likable guy, you know. I mean, I know you've spoken with him. I've spoken with him. I know I've talked with him, and he said he wants to come on during the season.
Yeah.
I know he's such a likable dude, and I feel like with his success on Bloodlines, I hate to say this, I love JG, but I don't know. I feel like he's going to be the Real World Explosion regular male that I was hoping JG would be.
Yeah. They can have more than one, but they seem to, now they're starting to use Are You the One people, you know, they may have, I don't know, that may hurt Jay's chances to get on.
Very much, unfortunately.
But Thomas has been on 3 straight, so
yeah,
he could be that guy as well.
One thing in the trailer,
3 straight, so they're and they've been calling Brian. I know they've been calling him since their season. So
they said in the trailer, Corey said it like a confessional. Ashley's here to compete, and I like that. So unlike Johnny and Jessica, these two are actually going to get along really well, I think.
Yeah.
You know why they're rivals, right? On the Explosion premiere, Ashley was like, I can buy and sell his family. And Corey got pissed off.
Andrew, that was one of my favorite seasons. What are you talking about? Of course I know.
Yeah.
But what I was about to say, though, is that the reason why they're getting along is because they don't really have that blood. Johnny and Jessica hate each other, so they're not going to get along. But I do like that Ashley came to compete, and I like that we're being told that in the promos. Because we all know Ashley can be, she can be drunk Ashley, and she can be crazy and everything like that. I mean, she's insane.
I know for the MTV bios, both of them hook up this season.
But I'm glad that she's actually competing though. She's actually gonna, try and do well.
You guys ever try getting Ashley on?
I believe he did.
Yeah, I did too, and actually had something scheduled. It was like during the off season, in between. I think it was after free agents. And
I really liked her.
She's really pretty.
That was during the season where we tried to get her on. It was during the season, during the explosion.
Yeah, she's really pretty too.
I really liked her.
I can see
the team going fairly far just because I feel like Corey made some good relationships in the house last season, and some of those people are back this season. So
this is another team like Kellyanne and Jamie I can see making the final.
I can't see them making the final.
No. I don't know. Both of them have hookups, so they're going to be around a while because they'll have to build the storylines of Ashley hooking up with somebody as well as Corey hooking up with somebody.
Not necessarily. People hook up on the first night.
Oh, yeah, touche. I know. I think Corey makes it to another final, or at least very close to it. Final five, maybe final six.
I want to see how Ashley does in eliminations.
I know. I think she can hang. She seems very. I mean,
she's scrappy.
Yeah, she seems pretty scrappy.
Yeah. So keeping in the explosion family, let's go to Jenna and Vince. Probably my least favorite.
I thought you were gonna go with Thomas and Simone. I was like, no, let's not talk about them. That's the most random rivalry of all. But Jenna and hashtag Vince fell.
Oh, is this not random for you? I thought this was pretty random too.
Well, it's kind of random, but it's not as random as the other one from Explosion.
They're all like. Now I'm just grasping for straws. Jenna and Vince, really a rivalry? Okay, let's break it down. You watch
rival, man.
You watch so you tell me, why does Jenna not like Vince?
Jenna was annoyed.
Don't read the bio. Do not read the bio. You tell me as a viewer. You love Bloodlines. Why does Jenna not like Vince?
Vince put him in 3 times to the pit. So that could have been, twice to the pit. She went in the first time because she got last place. Like, I don't know if you remember, there was a bonus scene. Anissa was singing a song called Creepy Uncle Vince.
Yeah.
He's just, I don't know how.
He's very creepy.
Very creepy.
He seems very much like the old guy in the room.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, and I don't feel like he's that old.
No. As far as how they're gonna do though, based on the fact that Vince is related to the Bananas, they're gonna be around a while, unless they get last place, which is always possible. But if they stay in the middle through every challenge, they're gonna last a while because of Bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Because no way Bananas puts Vince in, and no way Vince puts Bananas in. And I'm hoping we get a redemption from Vince. Vince was terrible on Bloodlines. He had a hashtag named after him called the hashtag VinceFail.
He doesn't seem like a character.
He's not.
Like, why is he back? Strictly because of his bloodline?
Probably. I mean, that's why someone will talk about later. That's why Nicole's back too.
Yeah, and it's like there are other bloodlines that were very much more interesting.
Mitch. I would have loved to see Mitch back.
Mike, I felt like I loved Mike.
Yeah, I don't see Mike ever coming back though.
I loved him. I really did.
I don't think Mike.
The one episode I saw one episode. And that was the episode where he went in against Steven. And I'm like, I love that guy.
If you watched one episode from the whole season, that was the right episode to watch.
Yes.
Whole Abram, Cara Maria Thomas triangle
That was great. And the after show was great. It's even better. That was it though. After that, I was like, okay, whatever.
Like I said, they're gonna last a while just for the fact that Vince is gonna be Banana's biggest ally.
Right.
I think even bigger than Leroy, to be honest with you.
Well, obviously.
Because their blood. Do I see Jenna making her third final? Probably not.
Is that Draymond Green behind you?
Yep. Golden State Warriors calendar. Draymond Green is April.
Whatever.
Second round, baby.
Not for us. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How do you think those two are gonna do?
Vince and Jenna?
Yeah.
They're gonna do all right. They're gonna do pretty well. I mean, Jenna made it pretty far with Brianna, so her cousin was horrible.
I
can see them not even going into.
I like her towards the end.
I can see them not even going to elimination. Because if you look at it, who are they gonna beat in a final? Like seriously, who are they?
Any of the Are You the One teams? Other than that, no. Any of the Are You the One teams, but other than that, nobody else.
I would put money on Nate and Christina over Vince and Jenna.
Whoa.
I really would. Vince looked like he would die in the final. Nate and Christina can go as slow as they want. Vince looked like he would need to be
dragged. Well, what if Nate goes in elimination round with Vince and it's like hall brawl? Nate's going to get his ass beat.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in the final, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
Let's talk about Nate and Christina next.
Let's talk about who?
Nate and Christina next.
My favorite Are You the One team, by far.
I got news for you. They're not going to be around very long.
Christina showed some promise in her first elimination. She really did, because she was beating Jenna, and then Jenna, they both were stuck, and then Bananas started giving Jenna pointers on, a better way to do it, and Christina was just kind of just like crap, but she was smoking Jenna though. So I feel like she has this fire in her. She has this fight in her. She may not be the most physically fit, but she's someone who's definitely going to be around to compete, though, which I like to see.
Yeah. The thing with Nathan, though,
I don't know how you're going to do now.
He's puny compared to guys like Leroy, Bananas, Corey.
But so is Jay, and he made it to a final.
So was who?
JG.
They were the layup, though.
That's what I'm saying. People can look at Nate and Christina. They're both really tiny, so people can look at them like, let's save them.
Yeah, I'm gonna do preseason power rankings, and for the 13 teams on my blog, bigtimerealitytv.blogspot.com. They're not very high on my list. They're at the bottom. I'm gonna tell you that up front.
Well, let's talk about their history. Season 2 is my second favorite season of Are You the One? And I really like these two. So I was really stoked that Christina was on. What?
Season 3 was your favorite season of Are You the One?
No. Stop. Stop. Could barely get through that mess.
Blackout. You guys lost $250,000.
And then they somehow won the whole thing at the end, even though they sucked.
Pulled it out of their ass.
But yeah, no, I'm really stoked that Nate got a chance to come on the show and that Christina's getting another chance at redemption.
I don't like Nate.
I'm rooting for this team.
Nate is a crybaby.
That's why I like him so much. That was like one of my favorite moments. He was obsessed with Christina. And he was like,
and Shelby too.
And Shelby. And he was like crying. Like, dude, what's wrong with you? But I really like that. That was really, that kind of what sealed the deal for me. That I really liked him as a character. I like that. So I'm shocked that he's actually on here. I thought he would have been forgotten about with because no, he was around guys like Dario and Leighton and some other guys. Oh, Brandon.
I'm
was very
on
competitive.
I'm on the
So-
MTV. I'm on the MTV bio. Will Nate let his heartstrings get played with again when he starts falling for a sexy veteran? So maybe they won't go home that early. I don't know. I
You know
don't see
who
them
they're
lasting.
talking about, right?
Who do you think?
Oh, well, I know. I don't know if you want to know. You not want to know?
Wow. How do you define the term veteran?
That's what I'm saying. It's not really a veteran. It's someone who was on one season. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is what vets me now?
I've heard somebody. Is it Nicole?
Yeah. It's like she was on one season. She wasn't even that great. It's like, how is that a veteran? It's weird. It's like if you just show up for an episode, you're a vet. I think they call Christina a vet. And she really did show up for one episode.
Wow, it's so weird.
Yeah. So
I was just watching
days, huh?
I was just watching Bloodlines today. I'm watching the episodes back before the next challenge because they're on Xfinity On Demand, and I was watching the trivia challenge. And Nicole won the trivia challenge for her team on Bloodlines. But anyways, back to Christina and Nate. So he hooks up with somebody. I guess that's cool. I really didn't like Nate on his season. I thought he was so annoying. He threw hissy fits all the time.
He did.
And he's one of the guys from season 2 and season 3 of Are You the One That I Can't Stand that I will never hit the follow button for on Twitter. I'm sorry.
I actually liked him. I was hoping, like, my top guys for callbacks were Nate, Brandon, and Leighton. Those are my 3. Dario actually felt was kind of boring on Are You the One? So I'm really surprised they hit him up. I feel like they only hit him up because of Bloodlines, and he kind of, I knew he had a twin on Are You the One? I knew he had a twin brother, so I think that's kind of why they did that. But,
well, he had a big altercation with Bananas on Bloodline, so probably a factor them bringing him back.
So I'm stoked for Nate that he gets a chance to show what he got, and hopefully he can kind of come back. Especially if he's getting into relationships, they're gonna do it at sis 3. So
probably
if it's with Nani's sister, they're gonna call him back. I'm like Nani's cousin, whatever.
He looks like his sister. But as far as this team goes, I love Christina. I really do. I got the opportunity to speak with her after Are You the One season 2 wrapped up, and she's great. But honestly, this is mainly because of my disdain for Nate. I don't see him going that far. 3 episodes at the most.
All right. Well, okay. 3 episodes at the most, you say. So that means you think that
are you going over or under 3?
I'm going over 3 for the simple fact that this, Devin and Cheyenne are there. Thomas and Simone are there. And God, who's the other?
I'm not gonna say who, but there's a replacement team from Are You the One that comes in.
I know about that.
I don't want to talk about it on this podcast yet.
There's another team that I'm missing right now.
Brandon Brianna?
No, I actually think they could do well. Cause Brandon's super competitive. He's super freaking in this thing.
There's Devin Cheyenne. There's Thomas Simone, Dario Nicole.
I just feel like they're going to be like a really underestimated team. Talking about Nate and Christina, they're going to be underestimated. They're going to be thrown into eliminations, but they're going to be like that kind of like Derek type of team. Where everyone, like Derek and Gauntlet too. Like everyone kind of just saying, "Oh, they're done, they're done," and then they just rise up again.
If Nate
Maybe
goes,
I'm wishful thinking right now.
I'm glad you brought up Gauntlet 2. If Nate goes into a physical elimination round against one of the heavy hitters, it's gonna be like Alton with what was that guy's name?
Danny.
He's gonna try and figure out. He's gonna talk mad shit in confessionals.
That was so embarrassing.
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna send Leroy home. Leroy's got nothing on me.
What else are you gonna say? Oh, this is over. Let me just pat my bags now. No, you gotta go in there with some confidence. Jeez. I like Nate and Christina. I think they're gonna. I hope they're gonna do well.
I love Christina, but unfortunately, she has to come back from one more challenge to do well.
Who?
Christina. I don't think she's gonna do that well.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she'll be back.
I want to save. You agree with me on this? I want to save Wes and Nani and Bananas and Sarah for last. We'll save those two for the end. Okay, so let's go because we brought up Daria and Nicole. Let's talk about Daria and Nicole.
A very random, but again, I didn't watch Bloodlines, but I feel like from what I did see, which is one episode.
Yeah, there was like
here and there. I would turn to it here and there, but I never would watch a full episode.
I know the teams, they had like a mixture of teams, like indirectly. I remember Dario's with Nani, and Tony was with. I think Tony was with Nicole. Dario was with Nani. Camilla was with Wes. As far as the first rumor teams go.
Mm-hmm. Now that's the team I would get behind, 110%.
Camilla and Wes.
Yeah, that when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, that's my team. Yeah. That is it." Then I heard he was with Nani, and I was like, "Oh crap."
I don't know. I think him and Nani would have been actually more legit rivalry than him and Nicole, Daria and Nicole, because Nani was like, "Know your role, know your role."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Should have been Dario and Nani.
Yeah.
But I feel like they wanted because I feel like they just wanted Nani and Nicole on there. They wanted them both on there. Just like they kind of just went. They wanted Vince on there. You know, they clearly had their favorites. So yeah, I think that they just wanted Nani with her cousin. Because I feel like Ralphie was arguing with Nani more so than Dario.
Yeah.
I saw
Dario was arguing more with Bananas, which was funny. And Bananas called him Bart Simpson. Did you catch that?
No, but I caught that argument. I feel like there was one argument. There was one argument that was off of the it was like right out of a deliberation.
Yeah.
And they were like going up the stairs, and then Nani was arguing from. Are you talking about that argument?
Yeah, the one where TJ was just chilling in his button up.
Huh?
TJ was just chilling, watching the argument from like the outs from afar. It was pretty funny. They showed TJ in this argument.
Yeah. What I thought was great was like I forgot what it was. Rafi said something to Nani that was awesome, and I was like, "Why isn't he back?" Not that I can really tell them apart.
Rafi?
I just read their name.
Because Rafi was so boring compared to Daria. Rafi was just there.
They both were just there.
I feel like
I said, I
feel like Dario's somebody that Bina Murray likes. He's a young guy from Boston. You know how MTV likes Boston people. You know how Real World likes.
Oh, maybe Johnny and Dario will be aligned. Because remember in Free Agents, they had the Boston crew. They had Cara, Maria, Zach, CT, and Johnny.
I can see that. And with Nicole and Nani being together. I don't know. I would really love to see how I feel like him and Wes are going to get along really well.
Dario and Wes?
Because Dario doesn't like Bananas.
Mm-hmm. Well, Wes may want to work with Bananas, though.
That's the fun thing about Rivals. The Rivals format is you always have unlikely alliances. Because in Rivals 1, remember how everybody didn't like Wes, and Kenny had to work with Wes, and so did Bananas and Evan by default.
Yeah.
And then in Rivals 2, I think they worked okay together too, with Bananas, CT, and Wes, and Bananas and Frank.
Mm. All right, let's move on to
if they get to end it off, if they get carried, which I think they will, I think they're gonna go. What do you think? Plus or minus 6 episodes, 7 episodes?
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah,
easy. No, let's finish off these Are You the One peoples. So let's go to Brandon and Brianna.
Love this team. This is my favorite Are You the One team. Are You the One team? But as you know, Brandon's weakness is his big mouth.
Really, that's a strength for me. That's the reason why I like him so much.
I feel like he's gonna rub somebody the wrong way.
He was like Twitter fighting. What do they call it? Beefing on Twitter with Jay though. After because Jay quit on
and then
you started talking his smack. I was like, okay, Brandon, I like you, but you got to calm it down.
And then Jay put on Twitter right when they left. I think they left around November. If this pussy Brandon Tyndall's on the next challenge, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I'd be pissed too if I was him.
I love me some Brianna though. Brianna was probably one of my favorites that I didn't get an interview from Are You the One season 2.
Yeah. See, I didn't really like. I like that she was because I remember she was very strategic. And she was one of the ones who were really trying to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
I like that about her for that show, but at the same time, I really didn't like her personality for just TV purposes. Like I feel like Tyler, the girl,
love her,
would have been a great addition, you know. But you know, I'm glad Brandon got on. I remember their argument.
This is a quote from Brandon. I can read people very easily. I've also watched the show in the past, so I know these people better than they think they know. I know them. I am the biggest competitor in the house. You know what these Are You the One people need to do? They need to just let the people from the real world and the challenges fight against each other. I know they're not going to do this. Fight against each other and just be in the background. Obviously, Brandon's too prideful to do that, but it's something that I wish they would do.
Well, the thing with that is then it's like I feel like what they should do is just stop trying so hard. You know, that's what I get from the Are You One people. They're trying to be, you know, this character and that character because they want to come back. They want to be on the show, and you know. So I feel like Brandon needs to just chill. You know, he's a good competitor. He's someone who's very competitive and who wants to win all the time, which is great. But I think that needs to speak for itself. And
let me put it to you.
Tries you, then yeah, go at him. But you don't have to say stuff like that because then you're setting yourself up to look like an idiot.
Yeah. They're not. I don't think they're ever going to get last place in a challenge because I think they're both very athletic.
But they're going to get called.
If they get voted in first or second episode, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if they lost first or second episode. I would not be surprised at all.
That would really suck because I love Brandon and Brianna, but I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, it's like I can see them not working well together. I can see Brandon being too prideful to listen to Brianna. I can see a lot of things going on. I can see, you know, them not being.
Brianna doesn't take any of his BS, which is great.
Yeah.
I love Brandon. He was my very first interview from Are You the One season 2. But the dude just needs to know when to quit, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
His biggest issue on that season was listening. He never listened to anybody.
It was weird.
So in order to do well on the MTV The Challenge, you have to listen to your partner.
You do, and that's what some people. I feel like some people don't realize that the most successful ones are people who actually
That's
can
why
like
Banana does so well on these shows.
put their crap behind them.
That's why Johnny Bananas does well season after season after season. He actually works with his partners.
Yeah.
So what? Plus or minus 2 episodes? You going over or under that?
I'll go over. I'll give him 3. I'll give him 3.
Yeah. Speaking of arrogant assholes from Are You the One, let's talk about Devin.
Gosh.
I had to. That was I set myself up for that perfect segue.
I couldn't even finish that season. And the one person I liked on that season isn't even on his challenge, which is Connor.
Who might that be? T
He was
Boogie?
a sweetheart, Connor. Yeah, he was a sweetheart.
My favorite was Cheyenne's Perfect Match, Tyler, who I interviewed. He was my only interview from season 3, excuse me.
Well, I think that this team sucks, and they're most likely going in first, second episode. They're going to get last place. This is Knight and Jimmy right here.
Oh.
Well, actually, they did all right. Knight and Jimmy did all right.
I like Cheyenne though. I really like Cheyenne. She was probably one of the most hilarious people on Are You the One season 3.
Yeah.
And Cheyenne, shockingly, it is Cheyenne that immediately becomes embroiled in a steamy flirtatious with the high-profile veteran. Who the hell does that? What the hell does that mean?
A high profile veteran. Who on this challenge is a male that's a high profile veteran that's not Bananas, that's not Wes? It can only be Leroy, and that's it. So I think they're giving this high profile veteran title either to Leroy, which would be very well deserved, or someone who has only been like on a couple of on like one challenge.
Is it like with the Nate whole thing with Nicole?
Yeah. I'm like high profile veteran. If it's not Wes or Bananas, then who is it?
Let me pull up Corey's profile because I think he cooks up with a rookie.
That okay, whatever.
It could be Cheyenne. Corey. As for the smooth talking Corey, I like that smooth talking. That's a good adjective to describe Corey. He sets his eyes on a doe-eyed rookie of his own. God, whoever writes these bios comes up with the weirdest adjectives.
It's like they're trying to write fan fiction. It's a weird.
Doe-eyed? Like
doe-eyed rookie? What does that mean?
What the hell? I don't know if you listen to Brian Bus Driver's Route, and they were trying to I haven't finished that podcast, but they were trying to figure out what that means as well. Doe-eyed.
It's so weird. But I'm
not hoping, but if they stay, I'm gonna give a minor spoiler. I'm not gonna say who it is, but the team that replaces one of these teams is from Are You the One season 3. So if they can stay long enough for that Are You the One season 3 team to arrive, that might help them. It probably won't help them that well, but we'll see.
I think they're gone first episode.
No.
Just because they suck so bad, they may be well liked.
I think people are gonna.
Or if you can't not make last place, then you're going in.
I think people are gonna hate Devin. I think the cast is gonna dislike Devin more than Brandon. Don't you think?
I got first place in science fair.
Whoa, that's awesome!
Nice.
Good job. What'd you get? What'd you do?
I did. Where did the water go?
Nice. Good job. All right, I'll be downstairs in a minute. All right.
Okay. I may need a little bit of help. So when you're open, I'll just play Xbox till you're open.
Okay. All right.
You back up?
I'm done. Yeah.
I think that's the first time I remember you've been interrupted live.
My nephews came with me in a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what were you saying? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Devin and Cheyenne. Yeah, I think they suck and they're gonna go.
Do you feel like people are gonna like Devin? Do you feel like people are gonna like Devin or Brandon?
I feel like Devin seems smarter about his cockiness and manipulation, so he may fit in better. Whereas Brandon, he's just someone who just mouths off, and he wants to be like the top guy at all times, you know, puffing his chest out. So I can see him getting targeted more.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're the better team as well, which they very well.
So we got one.
Very well, maybe.
Let me count the teams that we have left. We have one. We have 3 teams left. 4 teams left. You want to finish? Are you the one, Thomas and Simone?
Yeah.
What a rant! I mean, I know they showed something on the Battle Exes 2 trailer of these two fighting, but it never aired. So why are they paired?
It's because they wanted Simone or Thomas or probably both of them. I don't know, but yeah,
Simone's looking good bio picture.
I don't get it. But I'm not mad at. I like Simone. I really do.
Yeah, she had a brief run on Battle Exes with a JJ. I don't know. I kind of wish they would have brought in. I mean, I don't know who they would have paired Brittany with, but I kind of wish they would have brought in Brittany instead of Simone.
Oh,
but I'm not mad that Simone's on the challenge.
What?
I think she's hilarious, and I've seen her all over the trailer, so she's definitely going to be a firecracker like she was on Already the One.
Yeah.
She fights with somebody. I don't know who.
That's probably she's probably my most looked forward to. Are You the One person? With Christina being a close second.
Simone recalls it fondly. Me and Tom had a heated argument that made me throw 14 drinks on him in 7 seconds. I'm trying to work on this Zen thing that I'm doing now, but I can basically stand. I can barely stand looking at Tom. Okay. Poor Tom.
Or Simone. First she gets JJ, now she gets Thomas. She had to pick her relationships better.
How do you turn it?
Huh?
How do you turn it?
Thomas. I mean, he's no Corey.
I'm trying to hold input, but it's not doing it.
Okay, I'll be in a minute.
He's no Corey by any means, but he's not terrible.
I need help.
Okay, well, go ask Papa James. Huh? What were you saying?
Like, I don't know. You're saying that Simone has a bad partner in Thomas. He's not. Thomas is no Corey by any means, but he's not terrible.
No, he's not terrible.
He won his first elimination round last season by beating Kahada. I mean, yeah, it was a size elimination round.
Okay.
Which
we all know Kahada is. I would take Kahada over Thomas any day and anything.
Yeah, I finished everything. I already read. I finished.
Okay, all right. Go wait in there.
Thomas soon finds himself going toe-to-toe with one of the most formidable competitors in the house. I mean, he gets in an altercation too, maybe? Who knows?
Yeah. I'm not sure who, but
I think halfway point. I see these two going, unless Simone goes so crazy. I mean, she's all over this trailer, and I don't know. It kind of concerns me that I'm not saying I don't know anything as far as who gets kicked out, and I know who replaces the team that gets kicked out, but
controller for it?
There might be a chance that she gets in a fight with somebody and she gets sent home because of it.
What?
I don't know. I feel like she might get in a big fight with somebody on the cast that gets her kicked off the show. I don't want it to happen, but I feel like based on seeing the trailer, it might happen.
Let's talk about someone getting kicked off for fighting. Well, they didn't get kicked off, but however, they did get DQ'd and they fought on that same season. Tony, I'm talking about Tony and Camilla.
Let's talk about tea time daddy Tony.
Tony.
Can you believe
My
it?
boy.
Before we talk about them, can you believe it that he and Alyssa are having a kid?
Yeah, I can believe it. Absolutely. I'm surprised. I would not be shocked if Elizabeth popped up and says they're expecting.
Tony's having my baby.
And then Christina pops up and she's like, uh-oh.
Good.
You're having a boy.
Good God in heaven.
Poor guy.
Oh,
Tony, poor girls. Like,
Tony has no idea what he's doing when it comes to.
He's doing the same thing as in the Real World house.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know, but from the 3 episodes he was on in the Bloodline, he seemed like he was a decent competitor.
Yeah, him and Shane seemed like they could have done really well. But this team, it's a good team. I like them. However, they don't match. Like,
no, they don't.
They have no reason of being pairs. Okay. Go.
The whole reason why they're rivals is in the very first episode, Tony was accused of saying Larissa was the weakest. Larissa, Camilla's sister, was the weakest, and that basically got Camilla yelling at Tony.
Okay, we can go with that, or we can call up Violetta, who actually lived with Tony for 2.5 or 3 months, and they actually had issues. Let's call that one.
With the exception of Nicole, you could have probably called Violetta. You could have probably called Sylvia.
Yeah.
Wasn't if we talk about rumors real quick, wasn't Bruno and Sylvia, Bruno and Violetta rumored to be on this season?
I'm not sure.
I thought I heard this.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I think it was it Etsis though? No, they weren't around for Etsis, were they?
No.
Yeah, maybe it was the season.
Maybe it was the season.
But
I don't think Bruno's ever I don't think Bruno ever wants to be on a show again. Which is unfortunate because Bruno is definitely a good one on.
He may not be on this show again.
Who?
Tony. He's having some problems. Or maybe he shouldn't be on the show again. He needs to stay home and just get his situation.
Didn't he get in trouble with the law too?
Yeah. He bailed out on a court appearance, so
yeah.
Jail time. So that's why I'm like, he needs to just get himself situated. He has 2 kids. Well, 1 kid, 1 on the way, and now he has this to deal with. So he doesn't need to be on any
Baby Mamas. It's a lifetime. He has a Lifetime movie made about him in the future. It's pretty much coming, He's a mess.
Do a reality show with Tony's family, Tony and Shane and Madison and Harper, little baby Harper, and Alyssa, and Elizabeth can come on too. She can make an appearance too.
That would be an interesting reality show.
I would really watch that. Oh,
it probably would only last 1 season, but it would be an interesting reality show.
It would. It would last 10 episodes. So
I'm reading the bio real quick before we move on to the last 2. I'm going to have to walk on eggshells. This is about Tony. This is Tony's quote. I'm going to have to walk on eggshells. She's so emotionally unstable and can be so mean. I have to keep it on check, but I still have to be myself.
Yeah.
Either way, look for both of these fighters to tame their combative tenderness with some shocking house hookups. Camilla and a hookup. We haven't seen one of those in a while.
Tony in a hookup.
We knew that was going to happen.
Another one.
It's going to be like 10 minutes into the episode. He's going to be in a bathroom with Brianna. I'm just going to throw her name out there. He's going to be in a bathroom with Brianna. Pants. Yeah. Did you watch the Bloodlines premiere?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched that. That was the other episode I watched.
When Tony and Christina hooked up in the bathroom, they were showing in parentheses kissing.
It was weird.
But belt unbuckling, pants dropped. Yeah, TV is so fucking hilarious.
This is so weird. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's move on to the final two teams. So this team, I really like this team though. I do like them. I think they have a chance of going far if they can keep it together.
Which one we talk about? Nany and
Tony and Camilla.
Yeah, I can see it happening. I can see them going far. I don't see them winning, unfortunately.
No.
Camilla needs a breakout season. I'm talking with DC right now, and one of the questions he asked was how are some of the teams with vets on them going to do? And I said Camilla hasn't had a breakout season since Rivals 2. She went home early. She went home early for her on Free Agents. I think she went home like episode 6, and then she went home episode 3/4 last season. So she needs a good season this time around, and I think we'll get it.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to Bananas and Sarah. I guess.
Oh, we'll save your boy for last.
My poor Wes. Whichever one you want to go to, I really like.
You can go Bananas and Sarah. That's fine.
Bananas and Sarah. Okay.
Fun fact. Have you listened to any of hers and Susie's podcast yet?
No, I don't listen to that.
Oh. Wow,
I wish Derek would come back with his podcast though. He had a good
one. Sarah actually said her first job was at Forever 21, which I work at now.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny. God, she looks so good. I know she's the married woman now, but she looks better and better throughout every season.
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, I'm just gonna say it. I don't see how this team doesn't win, which is kind of dampering this season for me because I just don't like. There's no suspense, you know. Like
I got my winner pick isn't these two. My winner pick is the team that we're going to talk about next. I got Wes Bergman.
Why would you? Let's talk about that now. Why would you pick them over Bananas and Sarah? Why would you choose Wes, who's only won 2 times, over Bananas 6, and Nany, who struggled with one final that she did, over Sarah, who's competed in a couple different finals?
I don't know. I feel like Wes always does well on Rivals. I mean, he took second in Rivals 1. Should have won that challenge, but he freaking crapped out.
Andrew, he had Kenny, and then he had CT. Nany is not comparable to either of those two.
Hell no.
So,
but Nany is not a slouch. Nany is no slouch. Now, if these two were ever put in elimination round, obviously I'd pick Bananas and Sarah. But a final?
Yeah, final.
Oh,
you do not see Free Agents?
Nany only lost by what, 9 minutes to Laurel?
That was really weird. I don't believe those times because remember they kept it timed. You know, it was really weird how they did that final. But she lost to Laurel, but however, she beat Devin, so it makes it seem like, oh, she got second place. But you could have been an hour after Laurel and still got second place probably. So it's
poor Devin.
Really?
I still remember Devin's still in our top 30 guys. I don't know how, but she is. Stefan, I love you.
Fandom. He's falling in love with these girls.
Congrats on graduating next week, Stefan. Definitely very proud of you.
But yeah, so I think Wes and Teresa was a really good team, and they could have definitely have. If they were paired this season, I would pick them over. Stop. Go in there. Go in the and go downstairs. Actually,
but
Papa James.
You agree with me. The final three are going to be Bananas and Nani, Wes and Nani, excuse me. X's two. Bananas and Sarah, and one other team.
Yeah. Bananas and Sarah wins. It's still no question though. Like I can't pick Nani over Sarah in the final. And unfortunately, I love Wes. I don't see him carrying Nani. Like if he had like an Emily or Laura, or even Cara Maria, or even a Teresa, I would say okay. But I feel like someone that would have to carry Nani. Someone would have to like really push her and really like, calm her down. And I feel like Wes, he's not like, he's not the same Wes as he was on Fresh Meat and Duel.
Not taking illegal supplements.
Yeah, so I would pick Bananas over Wes in the final. So
Bananas hasn't lost too. So.
And then there's just experience. That's the thing. Bananas and Sarah together combined have a lot of experience in competing in finals. So It's like
I'm still hearing a freaking echo. I have my headphones in.
You're an echo.
On my end. God,
that's weird.
I like both of the teams, but I want to see West win just because I want Bananas to be like, oh, I don't want to do this.
I wanted West to win last season. Not last season, probably Etsis too. But that was when he had Teresa, who I adore. So
I wanted Jordan Sarah to win.
So this season, I think because I saw their bio and it was like talking about Wes and Nani. It was something like Nani. It was weird. Read their bio again. I can't It wasn't anything like personal. It seemed more like they were just kind of like a Leroy Avery thing.
We program ourselves to work against each other. When we see each other, we still see enemies. Whether it was due to alliances or romances, these two have never come out of eye.
Yeah, it seemed very vague.
Yeah.
Why it surprised me that they didn't. Maybe they did try to get her, but I think it would have been great if they would have gotten Teresa with Bananas for that same reason.
Teresa was
referencing to Etsis too.
I don't know if you were aware of that. Teresa was 8 months pregnant.
What?
Teresa was 8 months pregnant
when they filmed this.
Yeah. She had the baby. She had the baby early December, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that actually. I know she has a child now, but I didn't know that she was pregnant when they
with the Detroit Lions.
But I think that would have been really cool to see, how they switch things up and how they really work together like that with Wes and Nani and Teresa. But they didn't. And I think that would have been a fair matchup with Sarah being just like of course they're gonna put their stuff aside. I don't feel like they hate each other that much. Do you?
No.
Yeah.
I think Nani and Wes are actually going to work very well together, and the fact that Nani has somebody related to her on this challenge, I think could, up until the point when they get eliminated, because Dara and Nicole will get eliminated, obviously. I think it could work very well for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could. I can definitely see them in the final. I just don't see them winning. I definitely see them in the final.
Let's predict our final four. And we'll sign off.
My final four? Okay.
We obviously know two of the teams.
There has to be a layup. Now, who's this layup going to be? Would Jenna and Vince be considered a layup? Because I really don't. I wouldn't consider them a layup because I don't see them beating anybody in the final unless it's Devin and Cheyenne. So I want to say, because Vince is Banana's cousin, I'm gonna just give that to them. Their final four spot. Bananas and Sarah, I think, are gonna get in there. Nani and Wes.
Yeah. That's
3. And I'm going to say Nate and Christina.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. Whatever. I'm riding for that team.
Wow.
And now that you got them low in your power rankings, I'm really going to be rooting for them now.
I'm going Sarah, Bananas, Nani, and Wes. I think Jenna and Vince go out before the final four. I'm going with my boy Corey and Ashley. And then for the last team, I don't know. I feel like this Jamie Kellyanne team might.
Yeah, they're a good team too.
Pull off an upset and beat both Bananas and Nani, Bananas and Sarah and Wes and Nani.
I like the team. I like Kellyanne as a competitor. I think that this team could do something because, like I said, all I know about Jamie is that he went into eliminations twice and he won the challenge, his first challenge. So, got to give him props.
They're like the only. Have you looked at all the pictures of the rivalry team?
They're tragic.
They're the only team that are actually like smiling in their picture.
Their picture looks horrible. Like who, dressed them? It was really weird. Well, Kellyanne looked really nice. But I don't know what Jamie had on.
Like a button up with the sleeve pulled up. That's kind of weird.
But do you have anything else to add?
It's almost as weird as never mind. It's not as weird as Dion's jacket from the after show 2 weeks ago. That was weird. No, it's gonna be exciting. We have an exciting run coming up. I mean, Survivor's wrapping up. We're down to the final 6. Final 6, right? Yeah, final 6. We got the challenge starting next week. Real World is in episode 6 tonight. I got a show that I'm watching on Fox. I don't know if you've heard of American Grit.
I have heard of it. I haven't seen it with John Cena, right?
Yeah.
You know, The Rock had a show like that. Rock had a show called Hero. Did you watch that? That was dope. It only had 1 season, but that was really dope.
Yeah. Fun fact: my little brother is actually really good friends with one of the cast members on the Hero. He talks to him like every couple months.
On Hero?
Yeah. I don't know if you remember Darnell.
No, I don't know the names.
Yeah, I've been watching American Grit. Amazing Race is wrapping up. Big Brothers, we got 2 months. We got about less than a month and a half till Big Brother 18.
I'm stoked for Big Brother. I actually am.
Next month,
liking the past couple seasons. I'm really excited for Big Brother.
Big Brother 17 was really good. It wasn't the best, but
it wasn't as bad as the one before. You're right. It wasn't as bad as the Derek season, but yeah, this one was good. I like this one.
Yeah, and then you still follow. I mean, I haven't watched Big Brother Canada, but are you still watching it?
No, I haven't watched that one in a while. I don't.
I just follow like the updates.
Yeah,
like I follow all of the Rob Has a Podcast live feeders, and they tweet about it all the time.
But this, however, was the first time. It was the first season I've watched as it was happening, the other Big Brother Canadas, I had to go back and watch them. And I just binge watched the whole season. So maybe I like them more when they're like as a whole season. I'm just in it and watching it, as opposed to having watched it live and then I don't know. I'm just not that interested in it.
So who do you got?
Some good shows on.
Yeah. So last thing, because we're probably not gonna. Unfortunately, we're not gonna talk Survivor on here because we don't have time. Unfortunately, with all the other shows coming on. Who do you think is gonna take Survivor Color on?
I'm rooting for Sydney. I really like Sydney.
I do too, but I think Aubrey's gonna win.
I like Sydney's game.
I thought up until last week that it was gonna be Ty's to lose, but after Ty, I still think Ty's gonna make it all the way to Final Four. But after Ty turned on Scott, Aubrey and Sydney. I don't know if you've been following my power rankings on my blog for Survivor. I moved Aubrey ahead of Ty in my power rankings. I have Aubrey 1, Sydney 2.
Mm-hmm. They're neck and neck. I can see it arguing both ways, honestly.
It's gonna be those two and the old Joe in the final 3.
I hope it's Aubrey, Sydney, and Michelle. I like that trio.
All 3 of them would get votes too, which would be good.
Hmm.
I think it'd be a jury. If it's the final 3, it would be a jury of 8. I think it would be a shoot. I don't know. It would be a very. I think we're in for our very first close vote in a long time.
Yeah, I can see that.
The last few seasons, obviously Jeremy won 10-0. Mike won Worlds Apart 6-1-1, I think it was. And then Natalie won, I want to say 5-2-1 or something like that. And
this is a good season.
So we'll see a close one.
We'll see what happens. I'm excited though. But yeah, so
you get tonight.
Rivals 3 starts next week. What day exactly?
Cuatro, according to the commercials, Cuatro de Mayo.
Cuatro de Mayo. I have no idea what that means.
Taking out Mexico. First time since freshman 2 that's been in North America, huh?
Yeah.
First time since Gauntlet 3 that it's been in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Atuaco, or I don't know how to pronounce it. It's not in like one of the big time Mexican cities.
Mhm. Yeah, but so yeah, gosh, trying to think. Yeah, I think we're good, man. I got to run, so.
Yeah.
Also,
if you guys haven't checked out,
I had too much ice.
If you guys haven't checked out our interview real quick, people that are watching, blogtalkradio.com. What's the /? Talking Reality TV. Talking Reality TV. Stefan and I, mainly me, because Stefan's line got disconnected middle through the interview. We talked with Sabrina last week. It was a good interview. At the very end of it, I played a little bit of her song, If Only, live on the air, which I know you guys haven't done before. She's very interesting. I'm glad we got to talk to her. She unfortunately doesn't get enough airtime on the TV show.
No, but they're too busy showing Dion and Kayla for the 100th time.
I love Kayla, and I have moments with Dion. But anyways, we'll talk about that in a real world discussion.
Yeah, the great interview. I gotta check that out. So you guys can check all that out at you follow us at Reality Radio Pod. Andrew, what's your handle?
My personal Twitter handle is at @CCGradAKirk, and then the blog, which I'm gonna have my power rankings for Rivals 3. I haven't even done much at all of it. I'm gonna have it up before the challenge, so give me a week on that. I've been doing a bunch of Survivor polls, power rankings every week, and I did a real world thing about why I don't like Dion's casting type. So please check that out.
I will check that out.
The douchey guy who thinks he can hook up with everybody. That's what I put in that post.
Well, you know, I already know what I think about this season, so we'll talk about it later.
All right, for sure. You have a good one, Whit. Thanks for it.
You too.
Thanks for
All right, I'll talk to you later, Andrew. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Peace out.
Peace out.